Evening all, and welcome to episode 49 of season 7 of Factory Town, where we have finished our research and we have mana reactors available now. And I've kind of changed my mind on some things. I've been saying for a few episodes now that kind of when the research is done, we finish all the researches, I'm kind of done. We build the Omni Temple, we get it going. That's kind of my end game thing here. But my reasoning for that has been that the towns came in and changed the way the game plays completely. You now have different ways of doing things. And I know there's another patch coming that changes the way research works, and obviously I want to have a play with that. But I'm kind of thinking that my reasoning of the towns isn't justified because you need to research up and get new towns to do things. When you first start, you're going to have a single base, and if you specialise that, it can't specialise in everything. And you can't specialise in everything anyway. You're only allowed a maximum of 5 towns, and there are many more researchers there, specialities there. So you're going to end up in a situation where you're going to have, like what you've got here, you can have bits and pieces all over the place, or you might concentrate some things in some areas and then plop down a town centre in the centre of it to get the bonuses. But you're never going to be able to say, okay, here's a town, here's another town, here's another town, so this is where we're going to build this is we're going to build that, this is going to build that, because the logistics of the game just doesn't work like that. You have mainly lots of things in one place, and then you upgrade your logistics. You move up from wagons to caravans, or from caravans to trains. So the game dynamic changes as it plays, and I've known that for ages, and I've just kind of always thought about end game rather than how it would be mid game. So if I was to restart, even with the new research and other bits and pieces, you still have to basically play through the whole game to get to kind of where this point is, or before this point, before you could have the towns anyway. So what I want to do instead is scrap this town completely. Scrap this whole area here, this whole thing here, and go off and build 5 towns. So we will literally just go, okay, we're going to go and put a town over here and dedicate it to farming or something. And we'll put a town, we've got a town here, and we'll dedicate this one to processing, and we'll expand this out and build more processing in here, and then we'll build a mining town or industrial town, and we'll move the stuff from one to the other. And you do have enough houses to do that as well, because the most specializations are, well, all of them are between 5, 10 or 15. They're 5, 10 or 15 houses required. So even if it was 15 and we have 5, that's, you know, we've got 4 at the moment. At 15, that's 60 houses. We have 60 houses. When we get up to the next rank and we get another level, we're going to get to 100 houses, and that's, well, 15 times 5 is 75, so that's not going to make a difference there. So yeah, I think that's what we'll go. All we got to do is choose which 5 of these to go for, and that's the big problem, because I mean, we can knock out commerce. We can knock out that one. We'll ignore commerce because we're never going to have 25 houses in one place. We're going to knock out commerce. So that means, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 9 of them. We'll knock out 1. There's 8 of them. We can still only have 5, so we've got to knock out 3 other ones. Knowledge we could probably knock out as well. I mean, it helps towards books and things like that, and potions and magic and stuff. But then we've got magic, which also helps towards the books and other magic pieces. So knowledge really is only the health potions and things like that. Do they appear anywhere else? A quick look-see. Oh, ethers are in processing as well. That's interesting. I don't think they are. No, so we'd miss out on some potions and things. I kind of thought farming might have some, but no. Forestry is another one as well that we could probably get rid of. So we'll take out commerce, knowledge, and farming. Forestry. Because yeah, that gives you planks and things like that as well. But then processing gives you planks. Forestry will give you extra trees, apples, and pears. Processing doesn't cover the axes, unfortunately. Does mining cover axes? Industry covers axes and nails, other bits and pieces. So yeah, forestry can be cut back. obviously that's all to do with mainly wood. Farming covers a lot. And mining's the other one that I kind of just don't think is going to work. When you get to endgame and you can build omniplanters, which we can research now, you could build a mining town and put down mines and then put omniplanters with specific mines on them. So you can actually build a mine and build stone with omniplanters, which regenerate via magic, and then have that there. So that's a possibility, but I think no. So if we knock out forestry, mining, commerce, and knowledge, that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we can get 5 towns. Is that right? So we'll go with a farming town. I need to get my pad out and actually write these down. That would probably be an idea, or I'll keep going over stuff like I do in many other previous episodes and don't actually get anything done because I just cover the same things over and over again. So excuse me. Grab notepad. There we go. Okay, so if we're going to go with we'll go with farming. We'll have a processing place. My mouse has got a flashing light on it, and that's not normal. Oh, there we go. We're in commerce, industry. I should have been better prepared for this. We're going to ignore knowledge, artistry. What does artistry cover? Artistry covers. See, it covers lots of food. It covers both types of bread, which is interesting. There is potato bread as well, so that's probably why. And then farming probably only covers the one bread. Farming doesn't cover bread at all. Okay, that's interesting. So farming is the raw materials. Then that would go off to the artistry place, which turns the raw materials into food. Mainly. Yeah, I think they kind of work together. Also a little bit of clothes and things in there as well. So then processing doesn't really do. Does farming cover? Farming cover. Well, yeah. So farming goes to artistry, basically, from what I can see there. This is all a big generalization. I'm not actually looking. I'm looking at them and just, you know. So yeah. So we definitely have an artistry one, and then we have a magic one at the end. So there's our 5 towns. There's our 5 towns: farming, processing, industry, artistry, and magic. And we ignore forestry, mining, commerce, and knowledge. Now, if I mean, you can always edit the rules and add more into it, but I don't really want to do that for this playthrough. So that's kind of the idea. That's the plan. That's kind of the future thing. I'd like to build different towns. So this is currently a processing town, but also produces planks, which doesn't actually get the bonus. So instead, what we do is have the processing town make the materials that's in there. So we would only ever make materials that are in its speciality, and then from the speciality, they go out via train, probably, to be dropped off wherever else. And then the trains would also go around bringing goods back to be sold to the houses, because each place would have 15 houses. That's the plan. There's no longer a limit on the markets and things you can build. There used to be that you could only build so many food markets, so many general stores. That is completely gone. See, food market, there's no limit on them. The only limits you have are houses and town centres. So that's fine. And to get our 5th town centre, we just need to upgrade this with 100 Omni Stones and research it. So let's do that. Let's do that this episode. Let's get Omni Stones going, and we'll figure it out. Now that's going to require a bit of jiggery pokery down here. We need to change some things up, because I have said for several episodes now that I'm not really fussed about, you know, making too many mana crystals, because they're not used anywhere, because you get these crystals and you recharge them and everything's fine. And you know, it'd be fine. And then the mana reactor actually uses them and gives you back empty mana crystals, which is yeah. So the mana crystals get consumed here, The mana crystals come out. Yeah, mana crystal gets consumed there. They're actually used to produce the new ones. So we will actually be using them. So yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing, and this takes 30 seconds to run. And this can have all sorts of boosters added to it, which is interesting. So we may well boost up this here, after saying that I wouldn't do it because I wasn't worried about it. But yeah, we probably will now. We'll add fire boosters to some of these and get things going. And we may add some boosters to these. Because it's definitely the refineries that struggle to do the things. So we need to expand this. I feel as if this needs expanding. As in, it needs at least doubling. Maybe more. I need to look at the ratios. That's what I need to do. I need to look at the ratios and figure out how do we get this to run permanently. Let's set it up so the air temples can run permanently. So rather than do that on camera and get myself confused and go backwards and forwards, I am going to do what's been suggested many times and write things down, because that's just going to make sense. So I will be right back when I figure out the exact ratios required, and then we'll go over it all, because that's just going to work so much better. Okay, so this is the point where we find out if I can do the maths correctly and also read my own handwriting, because it's terrible. Right, so in order to get one of these working correctly at full whack, supplying enough ethers to come in, we need 120 ether per minute. And these, well, you need 5 of them. You need 5 of them working at full capacity in order to keep up with it. Or as you can see here, I was playing with things here. If we add a steam booster and a water booster to it, and 2 workers, the steam booster gives +1, the water booster gives +2. That's another 3, which makes it up to 5 times, which means one elemental refinery can run at 5 times the speed, which means it cuts it down and it can produce 120 ether per minute, supporting the air temple, which is fantastic. So I think I'm going to go down that route rather than building some more, because I could expand this out and then put more ether elemental refineries in, and that would work fine, but then I've got to empty these because I can't move them whilst they're full, and yada yada yada, and I kind of don't want to do that. So we're going to leave it like that. We're going to leave it like it is, and we're just going to add boosters to these. Then I need to figure out a way to get boosters in here to run this, because we're going to cut down its work unit speed. Well, we're going to drop it down from 10 to 2. So it's going to be 2 seconds ago, and we know here these can fire 1. Oh, click on that. There we go. Yeah, it takes one work unit set. So one of these should keep up with one of these buildings here. So we're going to have 4 of them, which means they're going to overlap, which means they might fire in random places and cause awkwardness, which is a pain. I could obviously add it to the boosters and just have the stuff running directly. That's not how it's intended anymore, so I kind of want to go with the shrines instead. So what I might do is I might just put 3 in. I might put 3 in between here, because their range is quite large. So in order to have it so that there's only 1 per refinery, it would be awkward. I'd have to space them out really far. So yeah, we'll put 3 boosters in, water boosters in, right next to it as well. The other thing we need to do as well is we need to put a second recharger in, because 1 will not be enough to recharge the depleted crystals in time. And speaking of crystals, we need to boost this up. In order to make these run faster, if we were to take a mana forge, add a steam booster and a fire booster to it, which does give +2. I didn't write that down, but it does give +2. I assumed it was the same as the water booster. That would boost it up to 4 work units, which puts that down to 2, which means it can produce enough mana crystal to run one of these. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So with the 2 boosters, the forge can produce enough to give us 30 mana crystals a minute. So that's what we want to do. So we need another magic forge. We need to add steam boosters and fire boosters to each of these and get things going. So I'm going to be really overusing the steam, I think. I hope our steam can keep up with it. Steam Island is just there, so it's not too far away. So that's the idea. That's the idea that we're going to do. And then we're going to run there. I am going to do one other thing as well. I'm going to go underground to our mana pipe layer, and we're going to add some logic in here, because I don't want all the crystals coming out and sitting in this pipe when they're not really in use. I'm also hoping that pipe can deal with it, because I hadn't really thought about pipe speed. The pipe might not be able to deal with what we're doing. If that's the case, we can add more pipes. That won't necessarily be a problem. Just wondering whether it might make sense to move the forges down here and put them in here. That like each one has its own forge, and then the fuel, which can be supplied by magma, because fire shrine. Okay, so put that down there. You can influence, you can give power to that. And that takes 1 second. So they're going to be running at a speed of 2. And obviously they're running now because I built a fire shrine which uses up some crystals. But they're going to be running at a speed of 2. This is going to go up. That doesn't go down. That stays the same. This is going to go up to +4, which means that instead of taking 8 seconds to produce its 1 mana crystal, it's going to take 2 seconds. Now I am assuming here this uses 1 unit worth of booster every time. I don't know whether that's correct. It looks right. It looks right. It can hold about 4 or 5, maybe just 3 crystals it can hold worth of power. And it seems like as this goes up, that goes down at an equal amount. So I wonder whether that means if having actually more, like adding a steam boost to this would give you a better return ratio on your booster. But I'm going to assume that it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if we take 1 second to produce something, it uses 1 second of power. If we take 2 seconds, it uses 2 seconds of power. Assumably, one work unit is one booster. So this is up to 4 times speed. See, that's going really quickly, and this goes down about the same as that goes down. So yeah, it does seem that way. It does seem like the faster you actually have it running, the less mana power it uses. But what I'm saying there is that if this was to supply transmit fire booster at 1 a second, because of 1 work unit it takes to transmit the power, and it's using 1 every 2 seconds, because it's going to be at a 2 speed, not a 1 speed. That means that the other 1 work unit that this isn't running, it can produce magma. And the magma can be used to fuel these, rather than having to pump in coal. Now it uses 10 fuel. But that's fine because magma's 8. We're going to be producing 8. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know if that's going to keep up or not. I'm just thinking of double using the fire shrines. That's the idea. And then moving these down to be here. Like one can sit here and it can just produce its things and go straight into here. I'm going to go. We're going to go with that. We're going to give it a go. We're going to give it a go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to... We also need to run these down, which is not a major problem, but pushers don't have logic. Pushers don't have a skip function. There was a block that had a skip function, but I can't remember what it was. But it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're going to go with this. We're going to go with this. So what I want to do then is I want to go underground, and I want to cut off that. So we can just use whatever it's got going on there. We want to move these to... We need one more space in between here. I'm gonna jam this all up. I can see it coming. Should I move things around? I should, shouldn't I? I should move things around. That would make more sense. Spread this out. We've got plenty of space here. I just need to be moving these sort of things. Oh yeah, that does a cool trail thing, which is quite cool, because when that's running, that will cause funky effects. I can't move these, can I? Because they're full. No, I can't move those because they're full. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to cheat. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to cheat. And the reason I'm going to cheat is because, yeah, I want to move the barns, but I don't want to move over to here. And I could build another barn, and I could just transmit the stuff over, and build another of these, and transmit the stuff over, and then move this line, and then do the next one, do the next one, do the next one. But it's not like I'm grabbing a barn full of stuff and yanking it over to here to help a booster on something else. I'm literally just repositioning stuff. So we're going to cheat. Let's go into the editor, the edit rules, global rules. Why is that blue? Nothing's changed in here. Blue normally means something has changed. I haven't gone in here at all. Maximum town centre level, maximum house level is 5. Oh, you can actually increase the houses to a higher level. Ooh. Ooh. Move storage buildings, we're going to set to on. Boom. There we go. There we go. I have done it. I have cheated. I feel bad. And then I'm just going to space these out a lot better than they currently are. I've got to move some things off the belts and stuff. And also I think I kind of need to right, let's cut off the coal supply and the mana supply for a minute. Cut that all off. So if this produces anything more, because we are going to build things that will empty that out there. Actually, do you know what? Let's do that. Let's unpause the game for a minute. So we're going to need 4 boosters. 2, 3, 4. We know that. And we're going to want to put water boosters on all of these. So let's do that. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. Okay. And we're going to want to build water boosters. Water shrines even. Boom. And we want 4 of these as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm putting them there because you can move them. You can move them. That's not a problem. These can produce water. They actually produced 4 water ago, which isn't too bad. I still think the water pump is better than this. I feel like that should be like 10 or something. But I'm doing that just so that we can start using up the crystals in the pipes and stuff. So when I grab things and move them, it's not so terrible. You're not going to use anything because we're not moving. Yeah, okay. Oh, it doesn't matter about the pipes. It doesn't matter about the pipes. Remove the pipes. Remove them. We can always get stuff back from the base. It's fine. Everything we do here just goes into our base for storage. So it's not desperately worrying about anything. And the reason I do that is just so I can press tab and then highlight the lot. We lose stuff on belts as well when we do this. Anything on a belt just disappears, goes into the base. We want to move this along. I don't know how far. I should figure out how far I want to move it first before I do anything like that. How much space do we have here? Let's find out. Let's count with tracks. No, that's about the edge there. So we have 51. So let's make it a 50 there. And so 50 divided by 4 we got here is 12.5. That's all good. Let's do 40. Let's do 40 and we'll remove 5 from each side. 1, 2, 3, 5. This is how I do my measuring when I'm trying to figure out stuff. I normally use rail tracks or belts or something like that, because when you drag out, you'll see in the bottom left corner down here, it tells you exactly how many you're going to build. And if you don't put down any corners or go over any like edges or something like that, it's just a straight line. It tells you that is 40 long. So we know that is exactly 40 long. So, if we were to do that, we'll grab this again. Yeah. Move this to there, smack bang on the edge. Then we'll grab this one. We'll move this one actually over this way to the edge. I think actually no, hold on. That's wrong. So we want to go 10, don't we? There. Is that right? Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Oh. 10. 1, 2, 3, 10. Okie dokie. So what am I doing? That's 3. That's going to be 3. Oh yeah, because we need to go in the center, don't we? So there. That's where we want our buildings to be. Aha! See, I knew I was doing something. I knew it was all clever and so far advanced. Even I forgot what I was doing whilst I was doing it. That's what happens when you have this level of making it up as you go. Okay, so there we go. Now they're all spaced out quite nicely. That's much better. Much better. Okie dokie. There we go. Alright, and then we can move the train station over there. Each belts there. Move the train station to the centre, which should be there because everything works on 3s. Why was that? That was on load rather than unload. Interesting. It's fine. And then that'll output up to there. Okie dokie. So, right. So what we want to do is we want to grab one of these and put them sort of in the centre. Like that. Another one. There. Another one. There. And we want another one. There. Like that. And I hold control to get the same recipe in it. And then we need to run the mana crystals down from here, the mana shards down. Can we mana pipe those? Can mana pipes take no, can I take purified crystals? Damn you. Okay. We can't do that. I was hoping I could pipe the stuff down, but yeah. So we'll run this pipe along, this chute along, and then along to here, and it will run across all them there. That's fine. That's not a problem. So we added water boosters to these. So they need water boosters, and these are going to have fire boosters, and they need what is that? Oh, I missed that. Bomb. And they're going to need fuel. We need fuel on there. Fuel can only be piped by Omni pipes. We don't have Omni pipes yet, so we can't actually transport. Do we have Omni pipes? No, we don't have Omni pipes. Omni pipes are behind Omni pipe transmission, which requires Omni stones, which requires the mana reactor, which is what we're trying to do. So, okay, so we're going to basically have one of these sat there, like that. Boom. That. Like that. Like that. We might have something in between that does whatever it's doing there. And then this one only has range of that building, and this one only has range of that building. So they're not covering. So each one runs an individual place, which is exactly what we want. And I'm going to do exactly the same for the water boosters. So that can go there. That can go there. That can go there. And that can go there. And then all I need to do is connect them up. Ah, no, because you're going to power that one and that one, aren't you? That's not gonna work. This is not gonna work. We need a better way of doing this. You power 2, you power 2, you power 2, and you power 1. There's no way to just assign you to a certain place. So I need to do something. I can't, there's no way I can put it in that it only charges one building. I think we're going to have to rely on luck for that one and hope that because this is charging this one, that one won't have to charge that one as much. To start with, they might charge a couple of odd ones, but eventually it will fill out where, you know, you've only got one to charge. So it will get the bonus, and then you'll be like, hey, I've got 2 to charge, but that one's already full and that one's not, so I'll do that one, and then vice versa, and then so on and so forth. I could put this one over there. That would work. But I can't, unfortunately, move these far enough over to not get the building. Put them there. Oh dear. That would technically work. Looks a bit weird. That would technically work. I could also make them 3D. I could put them up in the air as well, which I don't really like doing. But I'll figure it out. But basically, it's going to be put in and it's going to be built the same way as this one. We're going to have recharges. We'll have 4 recharges behind them, charging the stuff up. You will mana boost into this building here, and you will produce fuel as well. And I'm hoping the fuel is going to keep up. I'm a little concerned it's not. It's 10, and we're going to produce 8 a minute. That's might be a problem. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to build this next episode because we're out of time. Well and truly out of time. So, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think of this new sort of thing and what you think of going with the different towns. Do you think I should go for any other different processing towns? Should we go with... should we actually do like artistry or... we're doing artistry, but should we do farming and mining? And I have just seen, let me go back to the editor and turn this off. Edit rules. Off. Maximum town centre level. There is no maximum town centre number. Yeah, there's no maximum town centre number, whereas if you go with house, there is a building limit number. Zoom. So town centres don't have a building limit number, so that is hard-coded, not modifiable. At least not modifiable yet, might be in the future. Anyway, we'll leave this here and we'll come back next time. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Until then, as always, have fun.